Welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how I install this. This is Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. And now your device, if you're here, you're probably looking to install something similar. In this project, I'm going to do all the work inside of the front headlight. There are other places on the bike you could probably do this. For this project, I researched doing it inside here because I think it's going to be very easy. So I'll show you how we get this open, what wires I'm going to be cutting, and maybe that'll be helpful for you. And then I'll mount it, and I'll show you how I mount it on the handlebars. Not that you need to see that, but I will show you anyway. And let's see how it goes. There are two screws. One of them is right here, and the other's on the opposite side. Right here. So let's just unscrew those. And you pull off from the bottom and lift up. When you go to put it back on, these are the two things you line up right here, the two tabs. It goes on to the top first, like that, and then you put it back in. You gotta finagle it a little bit, but that's how it goes back on. So pull out from the bottom and lift up. This goes into your light bulb, and this is the one I'm gonna deal with. On my bike, coming from the bike itself, from the harness, is yellow and black into this black clip here, and then it goes into the brown and black with a yellow stripe that goes into this rubber thing here. And that rubber thing, you can't really see it, but inside here there's the main bulb, and then there's a tiny little bulb, and that's right here. Now on my bike, this bulb is it's been dead since I've had the bike, so I don't use this at all. I could just repurpose this, and I am going to plug it into this brown wire here, this one. But to do that and make my life easy, I am going to disconnect this headlight here. So this is how it is normally. You just push in this little black piece here and it unclips, and I'm going to splice into this wire here. So I don't need to do this on the bike. I could, but I'm going to see if I can get this out. So let's see if this comes out. It's rubber. Oh, look at that. Came right out. So this is just a little rubber thing. Oh, there's the dead bulb. Hey, maybe I can change this bulb while I'm at it. Does that come out? Speaking of lights, the lights on my camera keep turning on and off. All right. I'm just curious. This is not part of my project, but oh, check it out. That's the bulb that came right out of here. So that's gonna be easy. I might even have one of these. All right. I might even have one of these bulbs. That's cool, because this has never worked since I've had the bike. I am gonna put in a new bulb in that. So I'm going to, now this is nice and safe, I'm going to go upstairs to the kitchen where I can see better. Okay, let's open this up and see what we've got to work with. It's not an unboxing because I already looked at it last night, but I'll just show you what's inside. Zip ties, oh, those are handy. There's the actual screen. I love this. So it has its own connector. So once it's on the bike, I can disconnect the screen itself without having to go to all the wiring. This just unscrews. That's what that is. Brackets for the bike. Two different spacers. So you pick one of these to put on your handlebars. So that when you tighten this, when it's all the way tightened, will it slide or is it tight enough? I already tried on my bike and this one's too big, it tightens, but it's not, I can't get it really tight. So I'll do this thicker one. That should do the trick. Oh look, cool. That's handy. Can always use that. Okay, this is just for the brackets. Let me put the brackets back in here because it's not a part of what I'm doing right now. This is what I really care about. So this end screws in like that, right? So I'm not ready to do that yet. So this is nice and handy, nice and safe. All my cutting, I love this. I don't even need to disconnect the battery. Should you? Maybe, probably, if you have a newer bike. These older bikes don't really have much electronics on it compared to the new ones, so there's not a lot to worry about. I already started, and I didn't record the camera, but I only did one wire. So I found one of these tools. This is a wire stripper. If you don't have one, you could still do what I'm gonna do, but this makes it easy. So what I was learning is how to use it. You put the wire in here and you just squeeze, but it wasn't working on mine. So I had to adjust this, which tightens it, and that tightens the grip on the wire. And check this out. I was able to just split. This is the ground wire, so I can just connect right onto that. This should be nice and easy. And I'll do the same thing with the brown wire. So I'm just gonna put it in here like this. And all right, here we go. Oh, that was so easy. Look at that. Wow. Didn't even have to cut it. Because originally I was gonna do this and then just like, you know, do the twist thing, but now I can attach these, and I'm gonna use this electrical tape that was handy in the kit. At this point I don't have the inline fuse. It has not arrived yet, but I'm gonna connect this anyway without it and see how it goes. I can always come back and reconnect it. Oh, here you can see how this works. So let's attach this. Check out this. I'm gonna strip this wire with my nail. It's that thin. This is pretty thin gauge wire, which tells me it's not drawing a whole lot of electricity to light this sucker up. So let's put this on here. Okay. So this is nice that they gave me this tape, but this is pretty cheap tape, I can tell, which means, I don't know, well, I'm just gonna use a small piece for right now. And then let's do the same with the ground. Just a small piece. Alright. Well, let's go put it on the bike. Put my LED light back in. Let's go put this all on the bike and see if it works. Here's where I'm going to put it, right here, at least for now. There's this clamp. This is just a spacer. It was closed all the way. I had to pull it pretty hard to break it open. It's like a rubber thing. And now they give you the Allen wrench. All right. Let's do it. Let's do it. There we go. Yeah. No, that's right. That's right. Okay. I mean, it looks like it's pretty big, but I'm gonna screw this all down. It'll be solid. Oh. Well. I'll shoot this right. See the problem? It doesn't reach. This is just finagling it. Let's loosen this a little. Really gotta pinch this thing. Got it. It's in. Okay. And this one also in. You'd think this was a real easy thing, but it's kind of not. All right, I'll tighten it up a little later, but right now that is on. This piece goes on here. All you have to do is unloosen it, loosen it there, unloosen it. You just loosen it and then take the ball. This is a magnet on one side. You have to keep loosening it until it fits. Now it fits. And now you tighten it. That's it. That's it. And then this is what I'll end up doing is probably twisting this whole thing like this and then doing something like that. I don't know. I'll find out once it's on, you can place it to where you want. I actually don't, I want to slide it, the whole thing this way. Here it is. I'm just going to take this and it slides on. It's a magnet. It's a magnet. That's pretty cool. And ultimately I am going to send the wire I think this way and down, and in the back of the headlamp is a hole for wires. So that's where I'm going to send the wire. But for right now, is that a good position? I don't love it. I think I need to do this and move it all more this way. Here is the work we did up at the kitchen table. Take a look. Here's our little harness. Look at that. Look at that, ready to go. And then this. So I am going to run this. Let's zoom in. Through this hole in the back. And then it'll just come right out. So this is pretty easy. Here it is. This plugs into this. Okay, so I guess I'm just gonna shove this all in here. I think that's the plan. I don't know if that's a good plan. Let's put this back in. And let's plug this in. I'm just kidding. And it gets out. There's no power. Should you disconnect the battery for this? You could. Probably should. I didn't, because my thinking is the key is not in the bike, so there's no power going to any of these wires. That's my amateur decision here, but let's put this back on. It goes on the top, and as I showed you earlier, and then oh, that's better. Definitely. Notice how I'm putting the screws in before I've tested it. Shut up. Yes, I know. test it before this, because if I turn on the bike and nothing happens, I'm opening this back up again. But come on. That's the fun of it. All right. This is back on. This is connected. Now let's test it. Let's turn it on and see what happens. Nothing. Oh, there it is! Wow. That is cool. Okay, so far I took it for a ride probably for the last 35-40 minutes, and it's pretty good. I like it. I've moved it a little over so it's not blocking the speedometer anymore, and the bike's turned off right now, but it's solid. It's not too bright, so it's not a distraction, but it's not so dim that I can't see it, so it's good. So far I do have the screen protector that it came with in shipping is still on it, because that's a matte, and I like that. Once I peel it off, I think it's going to be glossy. It looks like the size of the screen portion inside, like the size of an iPhone, so if I want a matte screen protector, I could probably get one for it that will fit. But so far so good. So now I'm in the sun and the matte screen protector is still on. This is what came in the box. It's not really meant to stay on. Let's peel this back and see how it looks. I mean, it is what it is. It's a glossy screen. I think the matte is way better. So I'll probably buy a matte screen protector for it. This is what just came in the shipping, so I'll leave it on. But for right now, yeah. So I probably won't keep it on the bike all the time because I don't think it looks great. But it's really handy. This is the inline fuse. Apparently I don't even need it because this is working fine, but I might install it anyway just because it's kind of fun to do that. Taking this back off of the bike was less than 60 seconds. I unscrewed the front of the lens, took it out. I unscrewed this piece from the screen and it just came right out. So this was a great strategy, attaching it to this little pigtail here. Nice and easy. So now I plan to cut this wire here and cut this and then tape it all up. So let's start by cutting this. Oh, and inside here you'll see the fuse. A 2 amp fuse is a number 2 in here. You can't really see that, it's probably all blurry, but that's what it is. And I don't really need to do it, but I'm going to do it. It's a little extra. Why not? Okay, so I'm going to use these to cut this. And actually, I probably can make this a lot shorter. I don't need all of this wire, so I might cut it twice. Well, I'll cut it once so I can practice first. So, done. Now, I'm going to practice using this to strip it. So I had this really tight for separating this earlier. I don't need it that tight, so I'm going to loosen this now. And this yellow piece here stops the cable so you know how much. Okay. So what I just learned is it's not really stripping it enough in my mind. Let's not do that. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty easy. Okay, that was Amazon. I got some new riding shoes. Woohoo! So, it's pretty easy to strip. Alright, I'm just gonna cut it. Let's just get it over with. Done. Now, for this one though, I gotta tighten it up again, so. Okay, that's pretty easy. And let's do this side. All right. Cool. Oh, my electrical tape. Right, it's over in the other area. So I'm gonna do this, but I'm thinking, why have it so, I'm gonna make this nice and short. So here we go, check this out. Yeah, it's okay, I have another one in case I totally screw this up. But now that's a lot shorter. Let's strip it again, so let's loosen this. Try it again. Okay. Okay, so now we need to weave these together and tape them up. Twist this. Twist this. I'm gonna make that longer. Same on this side. Okay. Now don't want any wire exposed, any copper exposed. But I think that's good. It doesn't look pretty, but it'll work. Let's go plug it into the bike and see if it turns on. Okay, we're back here. So let's put this through the back. All right, it's working. We have CarPlay working with the inline fuse now installed. It may not look pretty, but it does work. And so I didn't really need to do it, but I did, just in case. If this shorts out for some reason, only this will short out, not the headlamp. So we're in action. This was a good test. I went to meet up with some friends in a place that I don't always know the best roads to get there, so I took some different roads and I was able to use the GPS. So, few observations. One, it's not as much of a distraction as I thought. I don't find myself trying to look at it all the time. My eyes are still on the road. Two, when I do need to know where to go, a simple glance down and I see the upcoming road and then I'm back on the road, and it's very helpful. Very similar to glancing at the tachometer or the speedometer to figure out my speed. So it's very functional. I like it. If I don't want to ride with it, all I have to do is unplug it. Let's turn off the bike first. All I have to do is unplug it right here, and then it slides off. It's a magnet. So I love that. That's pretty cool. So I don't actually have to have this on all the time, even though I went through all that trouble to wire it up. That's a cool feature. This is what the back looks like. It just slides on. So it's not a magnet sticking, it slides on and a magnet both. So then I probably would take this off just because it's kind of ugly. But that's pretty simple. For right now, I'm just going to leave it on because it's still new to me. And it's like a fun toy to play with. So there we go. Hopefully this helps somebody out. After a full day of riding, I like it. It's pretty cool. It's not a distraction to me, but it's really helpful for riding. This was a fun, pretty easy project to do. So if you have any questions, you can put them in the comments, subscribe, like if you want, and I'll do some more videos. Okay, thanks for listening. Bye for now.